morning, everybody. Happy Monday. How are you doing? So today we are going to talk a little bit more about women's exploitation, because that's something that has been requested of me. And when I get a request, I do my best to meet that request. I talked a little bit previously about that, and I said I was going to do it in increments because it is a big subject and there was a lot to talk about. So today I would like to talk about the part where sometimes when we're not exposed to things right away and we're just sort of conditioned to it little by little, we don't always realize what's happening. And I thought about that because I was visiting with a friend yesterday, and he was telling me about his week and how he was starting to feel that he got a little bit tired. And he told me the story about the frog. He said, it's like the frogs. Like, what frog? And when he mentioned it, I remember it's the frog story. So here's the frog story. If you were to have a pot of boiling water and throw a frog in it, that frog is going to jump out of a boiling pot of water right away, because it's going from a mild environment to something that's really hot and violent, so it's going to jump out of it, right? If you were to put a frog in a room temperature boil of water and you turn up the temperature and you start getting that water higher and higher in temperature, that frog is going to stay in that water until it dies, because it is not realizing the differences in temperature. So when it comes to what I do, what's something that's really important to me is for people to be able to connect with themselves and with others. That's why I love tango so much, because it's the dance of connection. When it comes to women exploitation, not only there is a disconnect between the exploiters and the exploitee, but there is also a disconnect within the exploitee. So as women, we are not longer connected to our authentic self when we are being used, or even worse, abused. So when it comes to exploitation of women, I'm looking at it as, yes, there has been that conditioning, but there is also that temperature of the water that's going to go higher and higher and higher. So when it comes to the advertisement, which I took base on in the past, and using beautiful women as a way to sell anything from toothpaste to race car, something that became shocking to me, and I did not even realize that. That's amazing. That's why I love my job. I find stuff out for me. Is that I was scrolling through my Facebook feed, and there was that advertisement about a course on mindfulness. And the picture was a beautiful woman in a bikini. So I don't know about you, but me, mindfulness is more like maybe a Buddhist monk on the top of the mountain, you know, doing meditation. That's what comes up for me as far as the visual association. And I went to that page and I scrolled down, and 30% of their advertisement is beautiful women. That's the picture that goes with personal development, with mindfulness, with kindness. I mean, kindness for me is not a half-naked woman. Not to me. You know, kindness would be a mother picking up a child that is crying. That could be a gentleman opening the door to somebody who's in a cane. I mean, it's not a beautiful woman. Yes, it is pleasing to watch. I get that. But as we associate those two together, we are using the female form to serve our goals. And when we do it little by little and we turn up the temperature of that water, then it becomes a desensitization of what it really is, which is using women to sell stuff. Period. And to sell beautiful young women to sell stuff. So this is second installment. Yes, it is heavy. Again, this is about connection, and we're not going to stop. And when I say we, is women in general, and it is a lot of men too. I had wonderful conversations this weekend again, specifically about tango, because I've done that course about sexual harassment in the tango environment, so that we can find that connection, not just on the dance floor, not just as dancers, but as human beings together, and find that understanding. And find the way that if somebody is feeling used, they're not going to like it. Nobody likes that. And if they don't realize it right away, it eventually is going to come out. And then we have to deal with, wow, I've been used all that time and I didn't even know it. And then you have to deal with giving yourself self-forgiveness, which is not always easy. So this is a heavier morning, I know. But that being said, I encourage you to scroll down your Facebook page and see which companies are using beautiful women to sell their products and which ones are actually ready to step away from that and advertise something that is more in alignment with what they're supposed to be selling. I use that example because, oh my goodness, of all the things and all the companies and all the products that could be sold, mindfulness, being in the moment, being present, and representing that with something as fleeting as youth and beauty, it was really shocking to me. So anyway, this is my tip for today. If you have any questions, if you have any requests, feel free to reach out to me. You can send me a private message. You don't have to do it publicly. You can send me an email. And if you need help getting to the next level, and if you need a coach, I'm here for you. So you have 30-minute discovery sessions that are available. They're free. I want to connect with people. I want to check in with them, see how I can help them. And so if that's something you're interested in, do not hesitate to reach out to me. I'm here for you. And until next week, reach for the greatest version of yourself. You can do it. Bye-bye.